All right, let me see. This is Mongolian Mindset, and today we're going to be typing on the world-renowned Billie Eilish. Be a great one here, guys.
One of the most original, one of the most creative people to ever walk this earth. I'm just playing. I think she's an industry plant. But hey, you know what? Mercer doesn't believe so. Well, who cares? Because really, we're here just to figure out what her personality type is, okay? So that's what we're going to be doing in this video.
And you guys know we use Linda Berens interaction styles and temperament combined with cognitive functions. We do have all these metrics broken down with the cognitive functions. So you, even if you're blind, deaf, and dumb, you can be able to type people accurately, okay, guys? Join our fucking Discord. It's going to be the hottest Discord in the MBTI sphere. And then we're launching and going to Pluto, okay?
And so be on the lookout for our Versus series, the most unique MBTI experience here on YouTube. You can't find it nowhere else. And so don't go nowhere else. Go ahead and give us 1,000 likes and subscribe to the channel also.
Because Christian might slap your mama. You know how ISTPs are. So let's go check and see what the people at Personality Dummy Base has for as. They have as an ISFP with a shitload of votes, guys. A shitload of votes. 6,000 votes total. Okay, so that's a fucking shitload. Let's go check the chart here. So you can get this chart at MongolianMindset.org. And we'll be bringing more stuff here. So in the future, this is where you want to go. If you want to see the books that I've read for typology, it's also here. But ISFP right here, guys, are in the bottom with the flower there. They're responding. They're informed of their outcome control, pragmatic interests, okay? And they use tactical intelligence. They have TEFI for cognitive functions in the ego, and SENI, guys. So she meets those metrics. We'll call ISFP, but we're going to figure out what she actually really is, guys. And guys, comment below what you think her type is. Let's get into it. Crazy ass hair. I'm betting ENTP here. What are we thinking? ENTP with this hair?
Pragmatic.
I loved the show last night. I went to see it. It was the first time I've seen you play.
Yeah, it was wild.
But I really love sing-alongs. Like, I grew up with...
Dude, my shows are just karaoke night, for real.
I grew up with a family that we used to just get guitars out and we would just sing songs together. And when all of, like, my extended family, all my aunts and uncles would come over, we'd all sing songs together. And then when I went to shows, people just kind of stood there with their arms crossed.
This motherfucker coming off of Philly, if I know that.
I basically could just not show up and the show could go on.
You could do a hologram.
You could. I could. It's weird. Like, I've done shows where I like laryngitis or like I just didn't have a voice at all and nobody knows because I could just, they're singing it for me. They don't even hear me.
When did you, I know a lot of musicians who say that it was a turning point in their life when they were on stage and someone started singing back their lyrics to them for the first time. Do you remember the first time that happened to you?
Well, okay, so when was this? This was like 2016 in like the summer, I believe, or something. I don't even remember. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
Before any of this, really. Like we had.
So she can't really recall the exact moment. I would say that's usually SC type of thing to do, right? Because they get attached to like a physical thing, right? While SI will remember the exact experience and be able to call upon those details. You'll see that. So she's seeing her memory's not that great here, guys. So it looks like she's probably an SCNI user, but we'll keep going.
Bellyache and like Ocean Eyes and 6 Feet Under out. There was like this festival called Crossed, and I was supposed to play at like 12 p.m.
Right. Where's this in California?
In like San Diego or something.
Right.
And I remember like I believe there was 8 people standing on the grass. It was like, it could have been like thousands, but it was like 8 people because I was nobody. And I remember like 2 girls were only singing the lines.
You see, she's talking about like SE data here. Like there was 2 girls. There could have been 1,000. Like that's like SE, because that's an experience that me and Christian can all account for. Right? She's not talking about her own personal experience.
Of the chorus to Ocean Eyes, nothing else. But I had never experienced anything like that, and I almost cried from 2 girls singing only the chorus from one song from my whole set out of 8 people on a big, huge field. So then I remember after that thinking like, wow, I wonder what it would be like to like have a whole crowd singing along. Like that'll never happen. And then
Oh,
somehow shit happened, man. I think the first time it really
Would you say that's progression, Christian? Somehow the shit happened.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
progression. Also, you know, I don't know. I wouldn't say that was an I statement because she was like, "It's like, man, wouldn't it be great if in the future, blah blah blah," and then it happened. It's, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. She's trying to project into the future, but she was incorrect. I don't know.
It's kind of shaky.
Yeah, kind of shaking. Yeah.
like happened was my first headlining show in London. Me and my brother just cried. Like we just like heard everybody singing all the lyrics and we just like
You see that? It's fucking SC, bro. It's
I
like
see.
me and my brother, we cried. That's SC. To all the people that was in the crowd, SE.
So you're saying it's SC because she's recalling sensory experience. She's not
She's
recalling
sensory experiences,
like
but
data
they're
about the
sensory
lyrics.
experiences. They're sensory experiences that everybody can recollect, right? Because that's an SE kind of thing, right? So, like, let's say if I was recalling the book was over here, like that's SE, right? Because you can recount that the book was fucking there, you know. It's
Okay.
kind of a shared experience.
Okay.
I played Music Midtown in Atlanta like a month ago, and that was like 40,000 people singing my songs. What?
yeah.
What? Like what? It's crazy. I try as hard as I can to like not be anything more than they are. You know? Like we're all equal, you know, like I talk about it all the time. I don't like the idea of a paid meet and greet even, you know, because that puts me on a different level. And
Yeah.
like it automatically does, and I don't want to be on a different level. I know it's like I understand it kind of has to be that way at this point, but it's like, you know, there's when I show up to a venue like early in the day and there's like hundreds and hundreds or thousands of kids waiting outside, like that have been waiting there overnight or since the morning or whatever, like they're all like it's weird. It's weird because they're all like my age. They're all kids that I would be friends with.
Yeah.
And so
They are all they. She's an SENI user. It sounds like she kind of feels bad for them. I don't know what you picking up there, Christian. Are you picking up
I'm
that?
trying to lock into whether she's direct or informative. You know,
I remember I
What you
did.
getting, what you getting so far?
I'm leaning towards maybe direct, but she's talking about stories, but it's because he's asking. You know, he's asking for stories.
I was in New York for Fashion Week and I did this like interview with like an audience kind of, and it was just like them basically. And it was weird because it was almost like I went to go hang out with my friends in a room, but instead of hanging out with them, I just sat across the room from them and got interviewed. And I was sitting there thinking like, this is wrong.
Why are you talking to me?
What I guess I could say that I'm locking into is like heavy progression. It's almost like she's surprised by everything that happens. You know, she's
Mhm.
not very like, okay, this is what's gonna happen and this is what's gonna happen. No, it's like straight up progression. You know, she's almost surprised by her outcomes all the time, apparently. So
Yeah.
so I could say that we could put a point towards progression. Go ahead.
So you want to knock progression off the board or what?
I would.
So progression, if she's progression, which is journey, which means she's just paying attention to the journey, guys, that already kicks personality database the fuck out of here because the only progression types are starters and finishers, right? So you got your ESFJ, ESFP, ENTP, and ENFP, ISTJ, ISTP, INTJ, and INFJ here. If we say she's an SENI, then that will eliminate a lot. But let's keep going. Seems like she is.
It's like a beautiful thing because I go to my shows and it's just like, oh yes, I get to see my friends again. You know, I get to like have a moment with them and connect with them and like
Yup.
I don't know. I just
Connect with them, FE.
One of your videos, if not your most recent video, that came from a drawing by a fan, like another person, right?
did.
What's the story there?
I was in I don't know where it was. Apparently the girl who drew that drawing said it was in Montreal, but I literally don't even remember where I was given that drawing. I just remember
Someone handed it to you?
like a security guard, somebody
remember
that somebody
anything,
had
bro.
given to somebody
Bro,
and
she
it was
don't remember
somehow
shit,
got
bro.
He
Like,
doesn't
God
remember
damn.
anything ever.
I'm hitting for SE and I like damn bitch. Like, you don't remember shit.
I
little
don't even
motherfucker.
remember where I was.
Damn, bitch, you drunk all the time or what? So, like, god damn, bitch, you only like 20. Shit, goddamn. ESFP is still on the board. ISTP, INTJ, and INFJ with her being an SENI user, guys.
Got to me. It was meant for me, but somehow it got to me. I don't know why I'm saying somehow so many times.
I'm sorry. We're gonna cut him out.
It got to me, and it was just this drawing, just a drawing of me, and my eyes were black, and they were like leaking black ink or whatever. And I just immediately, my brain just was like, you know, as my brain does when I see anything almost, but especially with that one. And I just like, I remember like telling everybody on my team exactly the idea I had. I came up with like a whole video idea. Like I wanted to be wearing this, and I wanted to look like this, and I wanted.
Well, that's NI there. But SC and NI attached, but she's going NI mode right there.
Like I remember like telling everybody on my team exactly the idea I had. I came up with like a whole video idea. Like I wanted to be wearing this, and I wanted to look like this, and I want to, you know, da 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 da. And that was from a fan drawing. Like, and since then I've actually been given multiple.
So she's got from the SE fans drawing, she was able to make NI connections here. That's what I'm getting from that. So yeah.
Drawings by them that have spurred other ideas, and like from now on I think I'm just gonna like make sure to give as much credit as I can, because I literally owe that whole video to that girl that drew that picture. And
have you heard from her?
She just DM'd me like and was like, that's my drawing.
When did she DM you?
A couple days ago.
Oh yeah,
she did. And I was like, dude, I think I just said thank you. I was just like, thank you for this drawing. Like, because people don't realize like your art makes art, you know, like it just it can hit people, and you don't know when or where or who or how, but you know, if you don't ever put it out there, then nobody
progression again, right, Christian?
Yeah,
I think she's close-ended, bro. I think it's close-ended.
Yeah,
I don't think it's like, yeah, I don't think it's people not really getting open or indirect or beating on the bush.
People don't realize like your art makes art, you know?
I mean, is it hard to understand what she's saying? I don't think so.
Because there's gonna be somebody that gets something from it, you know? Even if everybody hates
that interest, there's gonna be somebody who gets something from it. Is that interest, Christian?
Yeah,
important to just get it out there. So, because there's gonna be somebody that gets something from it, you know? Even if everybody hates what you're doing, if one person likes it,
yeah,
you're creating art in that person's brain.
Well, if those two people in a field too, you know?
If those two people in a field of 8 people likes my song, I'm good. Sheesh.
I only ask because nothing seems like an accident.
Really?
You like in that you seem like you know exactly what you want to do, and I know that often comes with
what? He's like, nothing seems like an accident. She's like, really? Because she's progression. Everything's kind of like an accident, because it's like she's just, you know, from one thing to the next thing to the next thing.
Yeah.
It's not really like the outcome is not in mind. It's just like kind of happening.
It's a byproduct.
That's what she's like. That's what she laughed at. She's like, oh, dope. Because it seems like it's not an accident, but really it is. Yeah.
Hey, at least you would go, you know, like a dumbass would go tell us, yeah, no, it's not. You know, dumbass, just take your flowers and go with it, man. Yeah. Somebody says some shit, just take your flowers and run with it.
You seem like you know exactly what you want to do.
I
know that often comes with looking at what mistakes other people have made.
Bro, I hate like these interviews where like they interview like big artists. Bro, they suck up so much to the freaking artist. It almost don't seem like an organic conversation. Like, dude, shut up, dude. Like, talk like a normal person, bro. Like, they don't even have a real conversation. It's like everything, dude. Billie Eilish.
I think he's a fan. I think
seems
he's a fan,
like a super planned Billie Eilish. I'm gonna bow down to your expertise, bro. Billie Eilish. You're so amazing, bro. Shut up, dude. Just ask her real questions. That's why I like the hot ones, because he's kind of like just talking. You know what I mean? But there's
another one.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But god damn, bro. Like, dude, she can't even be real with him because he's so corny. He's so lame, dude.
You want to check this one right here with the Coachella one?
Sure. All these cornballs interviewing artists, bro. Jesus Christ, dude.
And I guess it is, but I don't know because would you say it's happening fast? I don't know.
But-
By the way, your mom is the
My-
sweetest human.
My mom is
ever.
laying in a beanbag as of now.
It
Was
was.
comfortable?
I'm so happy that you're comfy. I'll send you one of those too. We connected on candles.
Yeah, we did. I walked in, I was like, ooh, it smells good in here. And then we started talking about Christmas trees and stuff. They have a Christmas tree in this room.
Yes, we do.
I don't know if you know, but
SE?
there's a little sad little.
So much SE. They
SE?
have a Christmas tree in this room. They have a Christmas tree in my room. My mom's over here doing this. SE.
Fake little white Christmas tree in the corner. No decorations, no lights.
SE.
There's a
SE,
ukulele
SE.
blocking part of it, so I can't
And
even
direct.
see it really.
We're festive all
And
year
direct
round.
There's like a thing
communication.
at the top.
Huh?
And direct communication. There's a
Yeah.
tree. No lights.
I don't know why.
No. Just describing SE in a clear, concise way.
It's like
Clear, concise, and to the point.
it's
That is
like
a bow or a ribbon.
Oh, that's a ribbon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He looks like a dead animal.
It's
Anyway,
But you
that's
love
the thing
Chris-
about being direct is like sometimes you can get in trouble for what you said because it's so direct you can't really walk it back. But if you're informative, you say something informative, you can kind of walk it back. Well, I didn't really mean that. You know, you see the ENTP says I didn't really mean that. Well, that's what you got out of it.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm, mhm.
You'll notice that with direct people there.
Christmas.
I do love Christmas.
There's a special place in your heart for the season.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously smells, your mom was saying, connected to memories.
Yeah.
Do you have a vivid sense of memory? When you think of
Uh-oh.
things and you
Uh-oh.
kind of like dissect your life, do you remember every little thing or do you remember in like kind of broader strokes?
For certain things, I remember everything. But then there are some things I don't even almost remember. Like, but
We already knew how she's gonna answer it because we knew she SE user. We knew exactly how she's gonna answer that shit. That bitch like she's like, bruh.
Bro, I don't
Kind
remember
of like
shit,
dissect
bro.
your life. Do you remember every little thing or do you remember in like kind of broader strokes?
Because he's an SI user.
for certain things, I remember everything. But then there are some things I don't even almost remember. Like, but smells actually are like kind of the reason for that.
Sensory
So
experience.
if I have, something
Again.
happens where there was no
The five senses, huh?
Oh, we are definitely locking into this
SENI.
SENI. That's right.
Yeah. Are we going down direct lane?
And direct, yeah. SENI,
Alright.
direct progression. So let's lock all those
Okay.
in.
Lock them in. So we got direct communication. Can we? So right now, guys, with this being said, the only types that are left are the finishers. We got ISTP, INTJ, and INFJ, right? If she's pragmatic, which we think she is, we're down to ISTP and INTJ. And then all we have to do is figure out if she's a TIFE user or a TE user. This bitch is crazy. Look at the shit this bitch got on. She definitely pragmatic.
physical or there was no smell or there was no like texture because I have synesthesia and it's less like regular synesthesia. It's kind of like synesthesia with every single thing in my life. And if you don't know what synesthesia is, for anyone, it's basically when one sense triggers another sense in your head. So like, for instance, maybe every day of the week has a certain color or every number has a certain shape or like every person has a certain color or whatever. And so for me, like sometimes synesthesia is really simple and it could just be that. But for me, it's like everything in my life has a temperature, a smell, a color, a number, a shape, a day of the week, a month, a year. Like it's normal for me. Like I don't think of it as anything weird. And so like with my music even,
Yeah.
that's how I make music. That's how I come up with my visuals. That's how I come up with like artwork and the track listing and the like everything about everything. It's weird.
So with this album, let's just pick a random record, Bad Guy.
Informative.
What do you see when you hear that song? Like how is synesthesia connected to that? And what sense does that trigger?
Well, the thing with synesthesia is that it's like
Look at
there's
her,
really
look how
no-
she talks, and then look how he talks. Look how she talks, and look how he talks.
no explanation for why you feel whatever you feel about something. So like for instance, like bad guy, I think of the number 7. I don't know why. I think it's because bad guy is yellow in my head and the number 7 is yellow. And the ending of bad guy is this like red part
Yeah.
in my head, like it's red. So it's like the whole first song is this like kind of bright yellow, the number 7 type song, and then the end is this dark red, like
Well,
thing, like
hold
this
up.
big blob
Pause
of
it real quick.
energy. And
I don't know, man. Do you like see any Ti here at all?
Bro, I was wondering if that was Ti there because you were saying like, well, it goes in my head and it's this color means this, and then this color means that, and this color. She wasn't,
Yeah,
she's kind of using her own kind of
yeah, like her internal thought processes.
interpretation. Yeah, she's using her own internal interpretation there. I would say that seemed Ti, but it was just so garbage that I couldn't really like.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's so different
It's
though.
so
It is
garbage.
internal framework though. It is, but it's so different than how I would
Seems,
express thoughts, or even
but you
like
gotta remember, I think she's whatever subtype she is. She seems to be creative.
yeah. Okay, keep going.
So, I mean, it was just an ass line, but it does seem like it was Ti.
and like I don't know. I mean, like when my album came out, which was March 29th, which was like a couple weeks ago, we had this event called the Billie Eilish Experience, which we'd been working on for like half a year, which was basically bringing my synesthesia
Life.
to life and like letting people like step in a room that's like stepping into my brain. So like there was a room for every single song off the album, and outside the room there was a shape and a color and a number, and then inside it was like describing why everything is the way that it is. And then when you walk inside, every room had a certain smell.
Would you say the Y there, Ti?
Every room had a certain temperature. And every room was a certain color and stuff. So
How weird is that for you to experience?
dude,
Is that
That's for
trippy?
the SI experience right there. You hear him? I'm everything for you,
Bro, do these guys have to pretend to be interested in this shit? Like dead ass.
Really are fans.
Like dead ass.
They
Like
really are fans. I mean, she's I don't find. I mean, maybe Birds of a Feather That Flock Together probably the only song I would listen to, but
no, her
man,
music. I think her music's great. I really do.
shit.
It's just
Wow.
these interviewers, man. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Like, I don't know.
Are you
Maybe
talking-
these are not my type of people, I guess. But bro, the way you're
Are
acting,
you
is
talking about the
just-
cock sucking, bro? The cock sucking.
it's too much, bro. It's too much. Like,
Well,
anyways,
you
keep
gotta
going.
big up the person you with.
I know.
I felt exposed because it's literally like being in my head. Like I remember on the opening night, which was like the night that I went, and like it was like, friends and like celebrities or
Cool
whatever.
people?
Fuck, yeah. Like I remember I was kind of standing in this I was doing some interview or something there, which I love that I have to do that even at my own party. Not that I don't love interviews, but
No time off for you.
but I was like standing at one point that night, and I was looking
Hey,
around at all these people,
Pause it.
having fun.
Do you see her progression acting up? Her need to go somewhere? Because she's
Yeah,
sitting there. She can't go nowhere. So she's like fidgeting. All of a sudden,
Moving.
she starts playing with her rings and shit. I do that at work. I do
Oh, you
that
do
at
that
work.
shit too?
Huh? Yeah, I do that at work. Like
that-
when you're stuck in a place
And you want to
you
SE.
want to move, you want to experience something else, but you can't. And you're just like, fuck. And then you just grab something and you start throwing it or something. I do that shit at work all the time. It's so funny.
Fun and playing around in these rooms that I've created in my head that I think about every time I think about that song or what I was thinking about when I made that song. And these people are just like in
What I
these
was
rooms
thinking about.
full of
What I was thinking about Ti.
my brain, and it felt so weird. There was even a room in the exhibit that was
Guys,
kind
if
of
you guys are watching this, guys, you got to remember she's the creative subtype. So when you're dealing with the creative subtype, they're not going to be as logical as the normalizing or the dominant subtype. It just is what it is, guys. That's why sometimes you can laugh at people. shit, let me stop doing that before people get upset.
Of a clone of my room. That was crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that.
I don't know if I like it either.
There's
Also,
nothing is off
pause
limits
it
in
real
that
quick.
moment, and you use the word exposed.
Also, keep in mind that TI operates off of like the data that you already know, right? So, like, if you acquire data throughout your life, then your TI can piece those things together. But like, if you haven't concentrated on acquiring, let's say TE data at any point, then you're just going off of what you think with your sensory experience, and a lot of times that could either be abstract sounding or wrong overall. You know what I mean? So, it could be that she just had, for example, like I'm TI Hero, but I was in the sciences early on acquiring data. So my TI operates based on that framework. You know what I mean? As opposed to like if I was doing something else, just acquiring sensory experience and nothing else, then my TI would operate on that framework. Because it's just basically the framework that is internal already, So the more data you have, you can operate your TI based on that data. If you don't have it, then you don't have it.
Yeah. So like that's why we kind of over here we tell you gotta be able to do absolutely both. You can't just rely on one because if you rely on one, you're gonna get fucking killed out here, right?
Yeah,
You gotta
but
have
in her case,
yeah.
because her field is abstract already, it's like a artistic field, then
It
it doesn't
limits
matter.
her capabilities.
You
It
know?
limits her capabilities of TI, right? It just limits it. Like it's not gonna be like fucking somebody who's in the science field, TI. She's in the holistic field, so it's gonna be more holistic. Man.
Yeah.
And to us, me and Christian are heavy in the science background. Like, what the fuck is she saying?
Yeah. You go.
Yeah, totally. I there's no other word I can really describe. It was like I'm exposed. Like
Because all of your thoughts are out there and nothing ends up becoming your own.
yeah.
So after, and I want to dive so deep into this album, and there's so much to discuss here.
Mhm.
By the way, thank you for the energy today. It really means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you taking the time. Knowing all that and knowing that feeling of exposure, do you change the way you'll create the next time? Will you keep thoughts to yourself? Will you
She can't stop moving.
tag off?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, because I've been meaning to cut it off, or I think I cut it off and did a bad job at it.
There we go.
Thank you so
That's better. Go on.
But she just ripped
Do
the
you
damn
change
thing off the goddamn pillow. I don't know what the fuck you doing. What the fuck you doing? Sit your motherfucking ass down, man. I'm hitting it for pragmatic, bro.
You
Like,
can't.
come on,
You can't sit
Huh?
shit down. It's like you can't. It's like me. It's like,
Bro.
bro, I'm telling you, I do this at work every day. Like, it gets to a point where I'm just like, man, I wish I could just fucking run out of here. And I just had, they had like this little baseball or whatever, like this little like toy baseball. It's not a real baseball. I just grab it and I just start throwing it. I just start throwing it, grabbing it, throwing it, grabbing it. I need some sort of like sensory experience, movement, something that I could do to feel like I'm doing something, because being stuck in one place is just so infuriating. You know what I mean? And that's what she's feeling right now. She's stuck there. She can't move. She's ready to leave, honestly.
What you create and what you share after seeing
She got a whole
the inner
hour
workings of your
left.
brain
Oh,
in the
shit.
freaking flesh.
And she got a whole hour left of the
Tangible,
interview
like,
too.
it's tangible.
It's crazy. That's a good question. I don't know if I'll change it. I mean, I think the thing that I do the most is change.
I
Like,
think
if
the
you
most
look-
thing that I do the most is change, progression.
If I even look at who I was like a year ago or less than that, it's like the things I liked completely different. The things I would say, the things I wear, and that's with every human being.
Yeah.
You change every day.
Not every
you get
human
older every day, and that's like you can't not get older every day, and you can't not change. And
But this is hardcore progression.
Yeah, not every human being. She's just like, she's projecting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Think-
All of that.
a lot of the
some
time
people, pause it.
when
Pause it for
one
a sec. There are some people like Mercer, that like the routine and the systematic thing about it, They like to do the same thing, Not everyone is like what she's describing, the change and the need to change and stuff like that. So she's young too, so she doesn't have a lot of
finds
experience.
themselves
Yeah.
Anyways,
yeah.
what do we need to lock something in? What else are we
you know,
missing?
So we are down to, let's go ahead and take pragmatic out of here, dude. She's pragmatic. She like ripped that damn dude shit off there. Like, bro, you just ripped that man shit. You in this man's studio and ripped that man shit. I'd have been on her ass, bro. Like, what the fuck you doing, bro?
What are
How
you
you know I'm
doing?
like that? Like, what the fuck you doing? Like, goddamn, stop all that goddamn moving. What's up with all that moving?
What's up with all that moving? Why'd you rip the shit off my
I'd have been, you know me, bro. I get pissed, bro. I get fucking pissed. Like, bro, what the fuck? Like, cause you fucking up my shit, bro. Like, bro, do that shit at your own fucking house. Don't do that shit at my shit, nigga.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I hate these interviewers, bro. I would have been on her ass too. I'd be like, dude, did you just rip that shit off my couch?
I'd have walked over there and snatched it from
like,
her.
what are you doing? Like,
What you doing? Get your ass still, bro. Like, damn, I ain't about to kiss your ass because that guy looked like he probably an ENTP. Let me F each child. Oh, it's okay. I was thinking about ripping it off too. You lying, bitch.
Shut the fuck up, you lying bitch.
All right, man. We gonna go for TIFE, man. It's just not the greatest. I mean, I didn't hear her talking about achievements or anything like that. And you already know if she was an INTJ, she would have already led with that shit. Oh, I always wanted to be the best. I wanted to be the greatest. I wanted to do this. Oh, you know, oh, and I dream, and no, this is always my goal. All right, so guys, we're gonna hit her for ISTP here. She's the same as Christian. She's just a performer, guys. She's just a performer. So that's gonna look a lot different being creative.
Yeah,
More
definitely.
holistic.
Definitely expressing her TI in a way different way than I would. But like I said, your internal thought processes work based on the data you've acquired throughout your life. Her data is way different than mine. She's not in the scientific field. Obviously, she doesn't seem like she was very academic, as opposed to me. I was, guided towards academia from early age. So all my data is academic. You know what I mean? So my TI Express is way different. It is what it is. She's more creative.
We're gonna hit her for ISTP creative. I'm gonna go what I think Christian is. I think Christian's a 9W8.
You want to
That
explain
motherfucker
that?
likes his chill. Christian likes his chill, man. He likes his harmony. He don't like anybody to disturb his harmony. If you start disturbing this bitch motherfucker's harmony, he'll cut some shit off quick. All right. I like he loves that shit, you know. But you know, also got the 8 wings, so they're willing to indulge in their senses and shit with the 8. You know, can be, you know, violent and shit too, you know, crazy motherfucker. I don't think Christians is this. I mean, I think she's probably an SP/sexual, guys. Okay. She's for herself /1. She's not social. What are you thinking?
Now, as far as like,
Develop-
I didn't see a lot of interest talk, you know.
I got 1 point for interest.
But
but
maybe
when
because
we
she's
get-
not in the right environment for that. I wonder how she acts with her label mates, her, the people, her brother, for example. I wonder how she manages deals. Maybe
Mhm.
she is interested in that sort of thing, or maybe not. I don't know. But I did see the responding. I saw the pragmatic, direct communication, SE to the max. You know.
Yeah, the thing about her is because she's creative, it's gonna make it real hard with that concrete. It's gonna make it real hard, guys. It's gonna make it real hard. But through process of elimination, you go for what you do see, and you don't try to force the metrics, right? Me and Christian were just listening. We're like, okay, hardcore. We know she's journey. God damn, there's so much SE, right? And then we went from there, right? We knew she's pragmatic just from this woman's crazy.
Now, what I will say about the
Creative-wise-
concrete, I just want to mention one thing before you continue. When she was in the process of making her videos, she set the temperature of the room to a certain thing. She put a picture up of the shape and the number that was supposed to be symbolic for whatever her TI processes was thinking at the time. So basically, she did bring it into the concrete by actually putting a sensory experience to it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Something that she could see,
Yeah.
something that she could feel. So she's all about actually the sensory experience, which is a concrete thing. It's what you could feel in the moment, like physically, you know. So I could point that towards concrete. But like Mercer said, we're
I
not gonna
mean,
force it.
we don't have to force it, but we're just going down the metrics here. ISTPs are interest, right? But they're FE interest, so it's kind of different than FI interest, right? On this channel, we joke around saying that FI interest is disgusting interest because it's like, haha, I get this, you don't get that, or haha, I'm getting more than you. That type of interest. But like with FE interest, I've learned from Christian, they try to make it a win-win for everybody. They just feel okay, better with a situation when they know what every party is getting,
Mm-hmm.
right? As opposed to somebody like myself, I don't even think about interest. It's kind of like, bro, we're just trying to find a system here, right? I don't even like whenever Christian he used to talk about interest, he always threw me and my older brother off. Always threw us off because we're like, what the fuck? And then like we get paranoid because we don't think like that. We get fucking paranoid because our brains don't think like that. But it's funny. And then pragmatic, right? She's all about her autonomy. She's about what like her freedom. She is about her choices. Um, Utilitarian mindset, right? And she's direct, guys. So she's specific, concise, to the point. You compare it to that second guy, he was informative. I don't know what that guy was kind of leaning, maybe EMP, ESFJ with him. But she's journey focused, and that's clear to see, clear as day. That was pretty easy to pick up. And she's an SENI user. She's talking about the sensory experiences. Like I said, like you can kind of check it off, like, oh, I see that, I see that. And her TIFE is there, but it is in that creative mindset. So it's not the best, right? It's not gonna be like sticking out there where she's like shitting on you with her TI, right?
I
It's
mean,
kind of
I,
gonna be like, oh,
I wouldn't say it's better or worse. It's just in another realm. It's in
just
another
another
realm
round.
that we're not accustomed to. It's
Well, I'm saying based off like, the groups and all this other stuff, like this type of TI, people are gonna be like, oh, maybe that person not a TI person, They can kind of shit on it because they're gonna be thinking more analytical, with the, you gotta be pointing out fallacies in people's speech and, inconsistencies here and there and, have
yeah.
a superior framework than everybody else around you, but that's not how it works. It's just your thinking.
And listen, I just want to say because I mentioned it before, and I'm a TI hero. That sort of TI is like very overrated, and in this community, in the sense of like, okay, yeah, you could point out logical fallacies all over the place, and yeah, you could like point out inconsistencies and stuff, but socially that doesn't help you out very much. Okay, and clearly you could be successful other ways. There's an ISTP with TI hero as well, but in a creative sense, and she's very successful doing that, obviously. So, you know, try to think outside your box. I feel like this community is very like entrenched in their tier list or whatever. Just get out of that whole thing, and you'll realize other people think other ways and they could be successful doing that, So
Mhm. Yeah, and Christian, what do you think about on a rating here, man?
man, it's I'm not gonna lie, because she is in that creative realm, it's almost like harder to judge. But let's see.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I definitely think um the SE parent is there.
Yeah.
SE parent is there.
SE parent is like
Women,
max level,
he women, boy.
but
He women out
but
there.
her TE is not there.
His T not there. I'd probably slap her for average, maybe average.
I'd say
Maybe
I put her above average. I put her above average because of that.
above.
I put
Boy,
her
you
above average.
crazy.
I put her above
Boy, you
average.
crazy.
I put her above
Where?
average
How?
because of
How,
that SC.
Sway?
Because that SC parent.
Bro, that's a parent function. She should have it. Based on
No,
our definitions,
no.
you are average if you got your hero function and your fucking parent function developed.
That's
Now, when you
average.
get into like, yes, that's average.
Okay. All right. Fine.
You
Now I
should
put
have your
her.
fucking hero. Like,
Okay.
if you ain't got your hero and your parent together, bro, you just need to start life over again. I'm sorry.
All right. You're right. Okay. So
The lower average
by
would be
that
like you
definition.
don't have a parent function.
By that definition, average. By that definition,
Yeah,
average.
she's average.
Yes, because she doesn't have that T backing up that hero. I can't put her above average. You're right. So she
Yeah,
needs
I
to go in
can't
the
do
average.
that. Yeah, I can't really do that.
Now, if she starts reading, all of a sudden, now she got this new data to like form frameworks with. she could go to the above average, but she got to start
Yeah.
reading and kind of like acquiring
And work
data.
on her FE too. You know, you might have to work on FE a little bit better. But, you know, I think being a woman, she gets a little bit more points for FE than a guy would, because guys are just terrible with, you know, feeling functions in general,
Yeah.
as a whole. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, she gets a little bit more FE and some more TE, maybe some SI critic more. I think SI critic was there, but, you know, I'm just saying average. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Shoot me in the comments. Shoot me in the comments.
That's
I
fine.
ain't not
You know what? I take it back. Not above average. Average. I agree with Mercy. Yeah. Based on that definition,
All right.
and you're right. She's just doesn't have it doesn't have the T backing up that TI, and the SI needs work. You know, her memory's
Yeah.
horrendous.
Yeah.
But
All right,
yeah.
well, guys, that's it from us. I mean, any big takeaways you want to say on this one, Christian?
All right. Big takeaways from this typing session. I'll say, okay, we typed her ISTP, the TI hero, but she's expressing TI in a way different way than I would. So what does that tell me? That tells me that TI can express itself in different ways based on the data, like I mentioned, right? That's a big takeaway. Also, in this community, it's like TI and TE are just exalted, like they're like the end all be all, right? But like open your mind up, guys, a little bit and realize that you could express differently and be successful in those different expressions. You know, you don't need to be that strong at TI, especially in the social realm. It can limit you a lot of times if you're too logical. So realize that. Marcia, you got any
Yeah.
takeaways?
I mean, I'll just go hammer down on what you said. Basically, just seeing the difference in TI here, guys. It's not as analytical or business sense as, you know, somebody like Christian, because he has learned a lot of sciences throughout his life, and so his TI is tailored around sciences, while hers is more of a holistic realm. So even though she's using her own thinking, it may not come across as, oh my God, this person's TI hero. You also have to remember, guys, that which everybody fucks up, is gender, right? Gender is very important. It is what it is. We are different sexes. We have different strengths and different weaknesses. Okay. Just like I said, you know, women generally gonna have a little bit more a buff when it comes to the feeling functions, and men are gonna have a buff when it comes to the thinking functions. It's just reality, right? Um,
Also,
based on, you know, the hormones in people's brains.
right. Also, if you want to learn what SE is, just watch this video back because she was like SE, SE, SE all over the place. Her SE is maxed out. If we were gonna do a versus, Road to Demigod video on Billie Eilish, we will have to give the win in SE realm to her versus anybody else because she's all about the sensory experience.
Cultivating the ultimate sensory experience. Billie Eilish, what was a Billie Eilish effect or some shit? What was that damn word they used? Was it kin something? Something with
Oh
the
yeah,
senses?
man, I wish
Fuck, I can't
we could
remember,
go back
bro.
and rewatch it, but yeah, she mentioned like everything's a
specific-
sensory experience, or she tries to make it a sensory experience. You know, even when she was making during her creative process, the temperature of the room had to be a certain thing, sensory experience all over the place.
So, hey guys, comment below what you guys think, and this is Mongolian Mindset, and we are out.
Peace.